Jen from Artemis Oracle. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Okay, so let's see what messages the collective needs to know at this time. I was thinking about doing a specific spread about the fate of your connection, but then I'm like, that seems like something that I could do for like each sign as opposed to doing a collective reading. Try to pull on different signs energy, but then I don't know how long I want to be here, you know? But regardless, let's see what comes out. I have my Archangel Michael deck. I wanted to bring it yesterday. I was thinking about them yesterday. So let's see what messages collective needs to know right now. Hi, Desenia, how are you? So let's see what messages the collective needs to know right now. Let's see, Archangel Michael. What message does the collective need to know? I even have that book, I believe. Well, it's taking a long time to get something out. Let's see. Yeah. I should have brought my other Oracle decks. I only have Love Oracle decks. That's why I've been wanting to try to straight up tarot spreads. It's a little boring today. I feel a little boring. Today, work was good. Really didn't have much going on today, but kept myself busy. I hope everybody's had a good day as well, or you're enjoying your evening, depending on where you are. I'm over here in New York City. And just so everybody knows, I am Latina. I am Puerto Rican. Puerto Riqueña. 2 cards. We got open your heart. 22, open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. So open your heart. And 14, have no fear. Fear is a trap of the ego. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. So have no fear. You know, it's interesting because I'm trying not to do love readings, but the thing is, for some of you may be closing out your heart because of a fear of getting hurt, fear of being disappointed, fear of unreciprocated feelings. It could just be that some of you just feel like you're safer keeping your heart closed. And some of you may be judging others, making certain judgments about people as excuses for why you should keep your heart closed. But it's saying here that, you know, fear is tied to ego. I mentioned that yesterday. Fear is tied to ego. So what is it about your ego that you're trying to protect? You know, is this something that's real or is this an idea? I mean, it makes sense, you know. I was looking up schemas. That's a way that we organize information. You know, we organize our experiences and then we categorize them. So if some of you had really bad experiences with where you opened up to somebody, then of course you're going to look for certain things that people do that validate the reason why you should protect yourself or close your heart out, not be as open or vulnerable. So it seems like some of you seem to believe that going back to the past, looking at past experiences as like a litmus scale of how safe someone can be, isn't really doing you much good, because you're essentially not giving somebody or giving situations a chance to prove you otherwise. You know, it's like confirmation bias, where you look for everything wrong or everything that will confirm whatever it is that you already believe. So you look for whatever you can to validate whatever belief you have. And some of that is stemmed from fear. It stems from your fear. But it's saying here that you have to stop judging people, stop judging yourself, because you could also be looking at the way you've shown up in relationships too. You know, you may be in a way thinking, well, if I'm different in certain situations, then maybe this is how I could protect myself. Good morning, Vixen. So stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation, whatever the situation is. So you have the number 22 for open your heart and 14 for have no fear. And at the bottom of the deck, we have trust your angels, 36. Let go of your expectations of how your dreams will come true. Trust that heaven has a perfect plan. $36 may be significant to you as well. This is like when you're like attached to an outcome. But the thing is, when you hold on to an outcome, you're very fixed and focused on how things should be. Like you pre-plan everything. That's not how it works. You know? Like think about your dreams. They could be like a clock. They have so many moving parts, different things that cause like a chain reaction. You know, if you think about all the gears that are inside a clock and helps it work, one gear turns another gear, and then turns another gear. So it's like one moving part affects another. So if you have this idea, a specific idea of how something should be, and you're so fixated on it and even trying to control it, you trying to turn one gear is in fact affecting how the other gears are working. So you have to have faith that things will work out the way they're meant to. And sometimes they could work out better than you expect. Now, if it's regarding a situation too, with that open your heart and have no fear, you have to trust that also, that whatever the situation is, it's meant to happen the way it's happening right now. And the angels are asking for you to know that you're going to be protected, you know, as if you open your heart. You already know how to protect yourself. You know, you do know how to protect yourself. But that doesn't mean you always have to stand on guard. You know, if you will get the signs, you'll get the synchronicities, you'll see things happen. And if something isn't supposed to work out, then things will work out in a way that it's not going to allow it to work out, because there may be something different or better for you. For whatever the situation could be. Because when you think about, usually when there's usually two reasons why people want to not open their heart, is because of that fear of failure. Like they don't want to open up to vulnerability, like to do something, to open up to something, or to try something new, right? Try something that they love, but then just that fear that if you get too excited about something and it doesn't work out, then you end up disappointed, right? But then it could also be the same when you open your heart up to people. It's usually with other people, you know, but it's what I'm hearing is when you have your heart set on something, and it doesn't have to be on a relationship. It could be on a relationship, it could be on a person, but it could be also an outcome when it comes to work or school or family issues. If you have your heart set on something, some of you may fear that it won't work out the way you want it to or you expect it to. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, maybe it's not going to work out the way you expect it to. It could work out better than you expected. And remember, in order to bring love into any situation, you have to have an open heart. In order to express love and to receive love, you have to have an open heart. It's like trying to get your package without opening your door. It's right there in front of your door, but you're not opening the door to receive it. So how are you going to get the package? Amazon left it there for you. You wanted the 2-hour shipping, but you're not going to go get it because you don't want to open the door. You have, in order to receive love and in order to express love, you have to open your heart. Disappointment is a part of life. That's a normal thing. But it's not something that we should fear, The only reason why we end up fearing it is because we have an expectation. And when we have our heart set out on something and it doesn't work out the way it does, then it makes us feel a certain way. So Archangel Michael is saying, whatever fears you have, allow him to sever those ties, those bonds, those chains that you have. Imagine your fear is the devil and you're one of those figures that's chained to him. And Archangel Michael is the one that's going to set you free. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. Your disquieting feelings are your devil. Okay. Now, let me see what else. Hi, Peter. Damn, I wish I brought different oracle decks. I mean, I'm grateful for the angel, but I wish I brought different ones, like about situations or something. Oh, yes, I do. I have my Lenormand deck. I bought this new Lenormand deck from Etsy, and because I wanted something that was like mixed. Like, because I have decks that are like straight up love oracle decks, but I was like, no, let me try Lenormand. I haven't done a Lenormand reading in a while. And these are a little bit easier because they have the keywords. I still had to practice Lenormand. But the way I read tarot is similar to the way Lenormand cards are read. So that's good to know for me. So let's see. What does the collective need to know at this time? What situation do they need to be aware of? Is there anything or anyone they need to know about? What may be coming towards them? What situations may be coming towards them? What may be going on internally? Any messages that you can provide us? It's funny because I have my tarot deck facing up, and it's the Queen of Pentacles. So clouds are about our thoughts. But usually, if your thoughts are clouded, it's usually because of worry, fear, having negative thoughts, dark thoughts. You may be unclear about something. There's certain things that you're not clear about, you're not sure about. It could also be something you're hesitating about. But then we have the anchor, something that may be tied to stability. And it's interesting that the bottom of the deck shows the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is about stability and safety and security. And the anchor is safety, stability, fixed, enduring, stuck, inconsistent, stubborn, and long-term. So some of you may have certain fears about the future, like your future stability, something, because some of you may feel like, because an anchor is something that keeps you stuck in place. It could stabilize you, but it could also keep you trapped. Hi, Bibicito. I saw you in Miss Hawaii's live stream, Bibicito. Oh my God. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? I saw when you were talking about in the end of the live stream. But yeah, some of you may be having like certain fears, doubts, confusion about what the future holds for you. It could be about your future stability. Some of you may be feeling stuck in a certain place. You feel like there may be no movement, because if you think about what an anchor does, an anchor keeps the boat in place, the ship in place. Yeah, I know it was you. I know it was you. I saw your name. And then another one is a mountain. Keywords: mountains are obstacles, things, blockages, things that you either had to surmount or you had to find a way around or you had to break through. Obstacles, delays, resistance, struggles, difficult blockages, stalled, opposition. Some of you, I don't know if there's something going on in your life where you may be at a crossroads, because we have the crossroads here. Options, decisions, choices, hesitation, multiples, impasse, evaluation, deviation. Like, you're not sure which path to take. Which path is going to provide you the most security? What would be the path of least resistance, where you would feel you'll feel less stuck. You don't feel like it wouldn't be too much of a challenge, because a mountain is a challenge. If you think about people who climb mountains, it's not easy. It requires endurance. It requires like strength, faith, preparation. Got bear coming up. Bear is power, boss, leadership, strength, bully, stability, forceful, protective, and influence. I feel like there's a lot about stability, learning, information, knowledge, discovery, secrets, revealing facts with the book card. So we have clouds, which is number 6. So it could be about the thoughts, your ideas. Usually when you have cloudy thoughts, it's not positive. If it had the sun card or the star, that would be more optimistic here. But for some of you, there's certain uncertainty that you have about which path to take. What will provide you the best stability? Where would you feel like you will feel like you're more in control? Like you would have more safe, more protected. But there are certain blockages that you may be experiencing, and it may have to do with your knowledge, what you know or what you don't know. That's why it's important for you to, like, the more you know, the more or less you will know how to navigate around mountains, obstacles, struggles. But if some of you decide to like not get more information, not do necessary research, base your decisions when it comes to the crossroads on fact, you're going to continue to be in a place of not having clarity. So some of you need to get clarity on a certain situation. The cards say Gemini, Capricorn, Pisces, Taurus, and Libra. So those are the signs. We have a lot of Saturn. Here, Saturn is karma. Jupiter is the planet of luck. Neptune is the planet of your imaginations, your spirituality. And Uranus is about making radical changes. So some of you may need to make radical changes or make a radical decision that's going to provide you stability. But it's going to require you to do the necessary research so that when any obstacles come up, you don't find yourself getting stuck. Instead, you're prepared and you're able to navigate around them. You know how to handle the situation. If any opposition comes towards you, then you already know how to face the opposition because you're going to be well informed. There may be certain secrets that you don't know too that may be keeping you stuck, that may be revealed to you in time. But it's a matter of you not allowing yourself to be clouded by negativity, fear. Also, if asking questions, some of you may need to ask questions. Because if there's certain things that are confusing you, the only way that you can clear up any confusion is to ask a question. Ask for what information you need in order to provide you the clarity you need so that you no longer be confused about something. For some of you, this could have to do with work. I don't know if some of you are feeling like you have a boss that isn't really supportive, that may be keeping you stuck, not allowing you to grow. Or some of you may need to get some more information so that you can have a conversation with your boss about what paths lie ahead for you if you're wanting something different for yourself. For some of you, your boss could be the obstacle that you have to deal with, that you have to face. Some of you may be thinking about what your options are, because if you're not getting along with your boss and you feel like your boss is not allowing you to grow, allowing you to progress in your career in any way, then some of you may be looking at what options are available to you. So some of you may be looking up different jobs, probably planning to learn new skills to make yourself more marketable. Because for some of you, you may feel like the only way up is out. So you're trying to find out what options are available to you. Because that can be where the confusion comes from too. What are your options? What is the best option? But in order for you to be able to see what the best option for yourself is, you have to do the research. You have to become more knowledgeable, get the necessary information, see what it is that you need to learn. Now let's see the bottom of the deck. Mice is at the bottom of the deck. 23, worries, loss, stress, theft, deterioration, lack, sneaky, toxic, draining, scarce. That could be the boss that you may be dealing with. It could be someone who is just creating a lot of issues for you. Maybe little stuff that's eventually becoming bigger issues. Some of you could be working in a toxic work environment where people don't really take their job seriously. People act irresponsibly. They cause unnecessary stress. For some of you, you may be feeling, if some of you, I don't know if some of you have lost your job. That could be where the crossroads, it's like, where do you go now? Where do you go from here? See. Oh, I split the deck for the Norman deck, and I got the cross card. Cross, burden, trials, regret, sorrow, guilt, suffering, obstacles, beliefs, religion. And it says the timing, have patience. For some of you, I don't know if you're dealing with something like where you feel like you're really stuck because there isn't any movement. Some of you are going to may need to have patience. And for some of you, you may have been waiting a really long time. So the time frames I see here is 6 days, weeks or months, 21 days, 15 days, 6 to 8 months, 2 days, weeks or months. So it could be within the next 2 days or the next 8 months. But it's depending on what you're doing with whatever the situation is. It could be work, because the bear. It could be something going on at home too, because the bear is also a maternal figure and it's a protective, it's protective. So there could be something going on within the house too, your home, where you may be trying to figure out how to get around. Like you may be having a lot of little issues that may be having you unsure about how to like handle it. Like, what do you need? But some of you, like it says, research. Like, do your research with the book card. But so interesting that the stability card came out. I mean, the stability queen card. Okay, I want to clarify. What is the clouds? Yeah, you have to be careful. The thing is, with our mistakes, we learn from them. You learn from your mistakes. I'll tell you, I made so many mistakes in my life that sometimes I still don't learn. Because I think it's more so because I try to do different things. Hi, Albert. How are you? Hi, Be Calm. Okay, so what is this clouds card for the collective? Why does the collective have the clouds card here? This is not how you read Lenormand, just in case. I like tarot too. Well, I like tarot more than Lenormand, actually. So 4 Pentacles. For some of you, it could be about finances, but it could also be about getting out of your comfort zone. Like, some of you probably feel safe and secure in where you are, but then some of you may be questioning, is there more for you? But in order for you to know that is if you explore and get off your couch, do something different. But it may seem risky, but remember, you could take calculated risks. This is why you need to do research. Now, why is the anchor here? Why is the anchor here? King of Cups. It has to do with emotions. And it's funny, the anchor, of course, you put the anchor in the ocean. So some of you may definitely need to ground your emotions, ground yourself, stabilize your emotions. Because if you're allowing your emotions to create a worry and fear within you, that's going to be the reason why you won't see any movement. You will be stuck. What does the collective need to learn with the book? What does the collective need to learn about the book? The Lovers. Yeah, the Lovers is about the choice, right? They say it's a choice card. Oh, thank you, Vivisita. Thank you. I don't post there anymore, but it was something that I like doing. It was what helped me, like, now be in front of the camera, now talk on camera and do tarot. It helped me. It helped me find my voice. So Lovers, this is about learning what choices, how to make better choices. Also, making choices that you know are going to be for your better good. But of course, with the book is like making sure you're making the right choices, making sure that you're making informed choices. And choices that are that align to you emotionally with the Queen of Cups. We have the King and Queen here. But see, it's like open your heart. So of course, if you're someone who's highly emotional, you want to kind of learn how to control that, because sometimes when you're highly emotional, that can affect how you show up in different areas of your life. So if you're, and I could resonate with this because I'm very sensitive, and and it's something I'm working on, is I could get flustered, in certain situations. But the thing is, if you know how to ground yourself, if you already know certain situations get me a certain way, then you had to like mentally prepare yourself, So this is about grounding your emotions, but also making decisions that are also heart-centered, that align with you, but align with your passion, what you care about. What is this crossroads for the collective? What is this crossroads for the collective? It's about making a decision, finally making a decision. It's three of wands, right? And the crossroads has 3 paths. For some of you, it could be like you could look at multiple paths, right? But then you have to decide and take an action on one of them. And it should be based on what aligns with you, aligns with your purpose, aligns with what you care about, what you're passionate about. But also take some sort of action, any action. Remember, everything starts with one first step. One step is the first step, you know? And it's one step after the other. Got the 5 of Swords with the 3 of Wands. I feel like it's about conflicted about what choice to make, what actions to take. But if you think about it, if you're at a crossroads and you have to make a move, you have to decide what path you're going to take. You had to visualize, imagine if you were to take each path, how would it go? Does it make you feel good? You know, or does it make you feel like, does it excite you? Does it make you feel good? Or does it kind of cause you to start to get afraid, start to be your feelings? Do you start to get afraid? Do you start to feel trapped? Do you start to feel stuck? You know, or do you feel like there's going to be movement? Things are going to flow. Will there be growth? Will you be happy? You have to do what makes you happy. That's how you make your choice. Which out of all the options you have, which one will be the one that makes you the most happiest? Like they say, if you think about, like if you would take one action, one step, what is your biggest fear and what is your biggest hope? And apply that to the options. And then which one is which hope is the greatest and aligns with you, and it just makes you feel like, wow, I could, like just visualizing it and seeing it and imagining like you're in it, and it makes you, it does something to your heart. I want to say opens up your heart, but it feels like your heart is bursting with the idea. Then you know that's the right choice for you. I want to know what or who is this bear? What or who is this bear? Because you have the 2 of Wands. And the thing is, I feel like the bear is you, because it's about the choice that you need to make. You're the one that has to make the choice. Are you gonna, like, it's funny because it's like, remember earlier when I was reading the angel cards, it's like you open your heart, but then you kind of like overprotect, you protecting yourself. Like I said, you have the package, how are you gonna get the package if you don't open the door? But if you don't open your heart, how are you gonna receive anything? But how are you gonna make a choice? How are you being overprotective of yourself? Is kind of like the 4 of Pentacles and the bear. It's what's gonna keep you, because you're protecting something, but what are you protecting? Like if you make this decision, who's going to be impacted by this decision? Whatever decision this is for you. You know, is this a decision that's going to affect you in a negative way, or is it going to affect you in a positive way? Is it going to destabilize you or stabilize you? Is it going to make you stronger or is it going to make you weaker? What are you allowing to influence your decision or the path you are and what path you take? It's like those are the questions you have to ask yourself. Anything else for the Two of Wands with the bear? Oh, yeah. I saw the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands has to do with protection. It's like, okay, leadership, strength, forceful. Some of you have to stop letting other people control you and making decisions for you, too. But you also have to stop letting your fear make decisions for you. Because when you're doing that, you're not being fair to yourself. You're not allowing things to turn out in your favor. You could be the source of your own instability. But it's until you start to see that and you remove the blockages, then you will see that things will balance out. But the thing is, you can't be in your own way. You can't get in your own way. See that the Two of Wands and the Justice card. Justice is also tied to karma. Saturn is tied to karma. Jupiter is tied to luck. Look at this. Confusion. Too many options, but you got to cut out the options that don't work for you, that don't match what you want for yourself, that don't align with you. Then that's how you could whittle, W-H-I, I don't know if it's double D or double T-L-E. So this is how you narrow things down. If something doesn't align with you, like the long haul, if you think about the future, it's just like, okay, yeah, I don't see myself doing that. It sounds boring. That doesn't like thrill me. That doesn't make me excited. It doesn't make me feel good. I don't love that idea. You know, that's how you are able to narrow down your choices. I want to know what's the obstacle, the mountain. What is going to be the challenge for the collective? There's a need for you to look at things from a higher perspective, look at things from a different perspective. With the Book card being here, the more you know, the more you'll be able to see things from a different angle. Because then what you've learned is giving you all the information that you need, and then it's allowing you to decide what is the best choice, you know? What will be the best outcome for you? But also it's going to require you to like think outside the box too. Anything else? So the challenge is looking at things from a different perspective, but then also not letting other people or other people's opinions sway you. This is a choice or decision that you have to make yourself, because sometimes when we make choices and decisions, or we have to make decisions, we could be thinking about how it affects other people, and how can it possibly cause conflict in our life, or to our people in our life, you know, to our household, or how could it provide you stability or instability? Will it cause conflict? That type of thing. But the thing is, you have to choose what's best for you, because it's your decision, not no one else's. Yes, you could be considerate and think about how certain things are going to affect people, but ultimately it's going to be affecting you directly, because it is your life. Whatever this decision is, whatever crossroads you're at, you know, because this is about your stability. If you're stable, you bring stability wherever you go, because you are the stability. But if you're unstable, then you're going to carry that wherever you go too. So regardless of the conflict that may ensue because of your decision, just as long as you're stable and you standing your ground about your decision, then you should be fine, you know. But you have to believe that. You have to trust that. You can't be afraid that it's not going to work out, regardless of other people not liking it. other people having their opinion and it, not agreeing with what you want to do. You had to choose the offer, accept or reject the offers that either align with you or don't align with you. You get to make the choice. So it's like, don't look at things from a higher perspective. Any disagreements, you could take other people's opinions into consideration. But ultimately, it's going to be a choice that you make, regardless if anyone else is disappointed by it. They're going to have to live with it. But ultimately, it's your life, whatever this decision is. What is this decision? What is this decision about? I said a double card. Because I thought it could be work or something. It could have to do something with your past, your childhood. It could be with family. It could be with a sibling. You could have a child it could be from your childhood, like I said, something where you had to put your guard up, protect yourself. But like I mentioned earlier, you have to stand your ground with whatever decision you make. But then we have the Page of Swords. That doesn't really say anything. You have the Ace of Cups. Crossroads. Whatever decision you make, it has to be based on love, whatever fulfills you and stuff. It could be about anything. It could be about, but I didn't get love here at all. I'm not getting love at all. But the thing is, you got to do what makes you feel good, what fills your cup, what makes your cup overflow. It's not really saying what it is, because I think it could be anything. This is like very general. I don't know if you have different job options, career paths, love interests, places you want to live, where you want to move, where you want to travel, how you want to make money, what if you want to start a business. It's like so vague. I mean, I do see the Queen, maybe it could be about marriage. It could be about a relationship. Maybe someone's stubborn, not wanting to get married, not wanting to commit. It could be anything. It could be anything. But it's going to require you to get as much information as you need to navigate the mountain, take leadership over your life, find out ways that you can stabilize yourself, inform yourself so that you can clear up any confusion you may be experiencing, so that you can make a decision, choose a path. But it doesn't really say what it is, because it's not love at all. There is no love here. All right, I want to do something different. I think I'm going to leave the cards there. Because that doesn't really say how it resonates. Like, does anybody want to? Can you tell me how this may resonate with you? I mean, not everybody's comfortable telling your business. Thank you for the Sunday, TK. It's funny because I got a Sunday. I actually got a Sunday. Was going home, taking it home. Let me see. Yeah. What they say, do what you love, and then you never work a day again. You never work a day right? You never work a day in your life. That's what they say. I'll put that right here. Never work a day in your life if you're doing what you love. Because like for me, and it's so funny, I was looking at my chart earlier today, and because I was like, I know I have Sagittarius placements. So, and I looked them up. And the thing is, one of them was like, she cannot work in a job where she feels stuck. She needs to move around. And that's me. I'm like, I can't be in a job where I'm like in one place. I need to move around. So if I'm going to have a job where I am in one place, I need them to allow me to move around, So I've been very blessed for the most part to have that, to have that flexibility, That's I can't complain about my job. I mean, there's certain things where I feel like it's challenging, but not so much where I feel stuck, But the thing is, I don't like feeling like I have to stay in one place the whole day because I can't do that shit. I don't know how people could do that. I can't. I need to move around. I think I don't know if I have ADHD or ADD. I don't know. But don't tell me I have to stay my ass in one place and I can't move. Because then I'm like, I quit. Like, you tell me that, I'm gone. Like, I cannot. I need to move around. Okay. I'm going to put these cards back. All right. So let's see. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Ladies and gents. Do any of you have like an idea for me to do a reading right now? Like what kind of reading to do? It could be like a topic that you're interested in, but we could apply it to the collective. So does anybody because I was going to do a reading where it was like, oh, the fate of your connection. But then I was like, I feel like that would be better to do as all signs reading. So I could go through each sign, but then I will be here for like 2 years because I could go along with a reading, But it's like, is there any topic that you would like me to read about? So I would like to do something different. Like, who is my stalker? Like, who is my secret crush? But I could apply it to like the collective, But you see the way I read. I could try to get as much information that the reading could resonate with people in different ways. Does anybody feel like they have a secret crush? Does anybody feel like they have a secret crush? Because I don't know if I have a secret crush. I don't think so. I don't think anybody likes me. Okay, we're together then, TK. Nobody likes us. Nobody has a crush on us. Or you don't have a crush on. I could read that. This is the way my mind works. I could read something, but I could read it in so many different ways. Like you said, I definitely don't. So I'm like, and I said, I don't have a secret crush. And then you were like, yeah, I definitely don't have a crush on you. That's how I could read it too. But I don't think that's what you meant. I know you meant like you don't have a crush or you don't think anybody likes you or has a secret crush on you. Or you're saying, I definitely don't like you either. Let me put these cards back. No one likes you? Are you a Scorpio? Because if you're a Scorpio, apparently people don't like Scorpios. I don't know why. Is it because We could tell you're fake and phony. Hi, Leah. Is that why people don't like what's your sign, TK? I know Bebecita is a Scorpio. I know Teresa's a Leo. Alpha is a Capricorn. Shantae's an Aries. You're a Leo? Okay. People don't like Leos either. Apparently. I don't know why. Honestly, do I know many Leos though in person? I don't think so. I don't really know if I know any Leos in person. I have a Leo moon and I like me. That's where I get my childlike quality. How come nobody wants to say their signs? Are you embarrassed of your sign? That's why you're quiet. You're not. I see 7 people watching, but they're not saying their signs. They don't know their signs. That's why. Oh, Leo. Leo's a Leo. Oh, we got 2 Leos here. Whoop, whoop. So, are you an August Leo or a July Leo? Because apparently there's a difference between October Scorpios and November Scorpios. I think October Scorpios, depending on where in October they are, they might be intimidating because, and people, like I have my boss, he's like a Scorpio. If you go know about the deacons and stuff, I'm sorry, Timeless, I'm not answering any questions. August Leo, okay. I know Jennifer Lopez is a July Leo, and you see how famous she is. You know, she's like meant to be on stage. August too, okay. Do you think, like, do you think there's a difference between August Leos and July Leos? Because they say there's a difference between, but I think it has to do with the deacons. Like, I'm a second deacon Scorpio, and I have a Neptunian influence on my chart, so that makes me like more like creative and more imaginative. But that works against me because I can fucking create scenarios. The fact that I'm a Scorpio and we're already considered a negative sign, but then. And then the fact that I have a Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, so that means the way I communicate, the way I think, I like have that Scorpionic way of thinking and speaking that can be a bit blunt at times, and it's sometimes it's unintentionally, sometimes it is intentional. Then the way I think too, like those negative thoughts and stuff. So I don't know how it is to be, like if there's a difference between August Leos and July Leos. But like that second deacon Scorpios have that Neptunian, that Pisces influence in their chart. And then the first deacon Scorpios are straight up Scorpio. Like the Scorpio, like gives you the death stare, I guess like that Wednesday Addams type of vibe. And then there's the third deacons, they rule by Cancer. So the moon. Don't know too much though about that. But I never really like learned about other signs and stuff. You think August Leos August Leos are nicer? It's like the Leo fire is like not dying down, but it's like more controlled or contained, possibly. Yeah, the death stare. They always joke about the way Scorpios look at people. That would be like this, like staring at you. And it's because we're analyzing you. So some people can have like an intense gaze. I like the idea of Leos. I don't really know any Leos. But I like the idea of Leos because Leos are like warm and generous. And since that's my moon sign, I do see that in myself. And I appreciate people who are like that too. But I don't really like people who are show offs. So maybe July Leos are show offs. You know, Jennifer Lopez, look at her. I'm not saying she's really, she makes a job being that's her career, being a show off. You know, she wants to be on stage. She wants the attention. She wants the notoriety, the fame, the fortune, all that stuff. I have my phone charging. Let me see. I still have my headphones on. Okay. It's almost finished charging. Cool. Oh, you think so? I wonder, has anybody dealt with a Scorpio? I want to hear survivor stories because apparently we're the worst. But you know, Leos are fixed signs, just like Scorpios. Let's see. How many people are here? Okay, 30. I can't even, it's hard to see how many people are here, but thank you for the lights. I appreciate you. Let's see. You know, TK, when I look at your username, I'm like, are you Russian? Because I know it's not Russian because it's 2 U's, 6 CU, right? Yeah. See, it's different. You know, the thing is, I think people have to understand too, is the other placements, you know? So it's depending on what other signs you have in your chart, like the moon sign, your rising sign. Even though the rising sign is more like how people perceive you, how you show up, and how people perceive you. It's all about yourself. That's your rising sign. But then your sun sign is basically when you were born, where the sun was when you were born. And then your moon sign is where the moon was when you were born. But then you have to look at your other signs, like Capricorn. Because I'm thinking about Mars. I have a Capricorn Mars. But then I have a Scorpio Venus, Scorpio Mercury, Scorpio Jupiter. I have 4 Scorpio placements. Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and the sun. And then I have that Capricorn Mars. So it's like you had to look at the chart because there's like different aspects, you know? Like some Leos may be egotistical, where others are more altruistic, you know? But I think that applies to all the signs in some way. Okay. Okay. Because I looked at it really quick and I'm like, no, that can't be someone from Russia. Because you know how Russia has those their font, or what I call it a font. I don't know what it's called. The characters, their letters, their alphabet. I don't know. If you look at it really quickly, it looks Russian. Okay. So does anybody have any themes they'd like me to read about? Because lately it's like I've been like thinking, I'm like, oh God, it's like I'm kind of getting bored, and that's not good, you know, for me, because I love doing this, but then it's like I want to do something different. I think I'm getting to that point where I need to learn more because I don't want to be boring. And this is where I like having my other tarot decks or my other oracle decks, because I like doing those deep readings. I don't really like doing the superficial readings. Like yesterday I did this reading about a songs. I love music, but I channel music. And when I hear certain songs, and I'm like, okay, I haven't heard that song in a while. Why am I hearing this? And then I listen to it. I'm like, okay. And I've learned too that music, if I start hearing certain songs, it's because of people. So I wonder like how it is, like who needs to hear that message? Because not all that stuff is for me. I know what's for me and I know what's not for me. Those songs are not for me. But I shouldn't, like if I get an idea about something, it's like I have to act on it, And I call it an idea, but it's more like inspiration. Okay, let's see. I finished my lemonade. I'm sad. I finished my lemonade. Okay. Let's do a love reading. Because that's all I have. Love cards. Okay. Singles love reading. Singles love reading for the collective. I saw the ship addiction card. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Soulmate, soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. And the karma, reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past, perception. So I feel like somebody's reflecting on a soulmate. They're thinking about a soulmate. Possibly looking at pictures, getting nostalgic, reminiscing about good times. This is for singles, though. It's probably somebody from the past. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. Some of you could be ready to meet someone new, someone who could be a soulmate. Wanting to be somebody that you could create memories with. Like not everybody's into romance and stuff, but like somebody wants like the roses, the champagne, the picnics on the beach, all that stuff. Engagement ring. Someone wants to get married. Wants a higher level commitment. Someone that they can rely on. Someone that they know won't abandon them. Because that could have been something that someone has experienced in the past. Earlier, I did see the ship card and obsession. No, it was the ship. What card was it? It was I saw chains. So addiction or something. So in the past, it could have been like a codependent relationship, unhealthy relationship. Not enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego, fear, and frustrations. So someone, I feel like there's somebody that would love to be in a soulmate dynamic, but there may be certain insecurities that someone needs to deal with before they can actually put themselves out there. Because if you're in this place where you feel like you're not good enough, you're going to be attracting those types of energies that will take advantage of you. They will see the lack of confidence you have in yourself. They'll see desperation, and they will take advantage, especially if they know you're going to be someone who will always chase them, you know? In the bottom of the deck, we have ascending, learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. So, like, from what I'm getting, is like somebody definitely needs to work on their self-esteem. That might be the reason why that is going to be a catalyst that's going to allow someone to be at a better place to match energies with someone who is more higher vibrational, someone who will want to commit, someone who will want to create memories and be a life partner, not just someone that wants to have a good time, wants to get laid, wants to play games, wants to be toxic in some way. Hopefully it's not abusive, because, if someone has this issue with self-esteem, they become prone to meeting partners that would be abusive, and if you think about a runner-chaser dynamic, that's kind of like emotional abuse. So someone has to do some sort of work on themselves so that they can overcome whatever issues that they have regarding their self-esteem, so that they can be prepared to meet someone who can be a soulmate. I have another tarot deck here that I want to use. I saw the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is like the low self-esteem card, in my opinion. So now I'm going to clarify each card on its own. So it's going to be like its own reading, separate from this. I'm going to be able to connect things together. So take the messages as they resonate, okay? So tell me about the soulmates. No. You might give me so many cards at one time. Ace of Pentacles, someone that you can build a solid foundation with, someone that is worthy of investment. Hangman energy with the Lovers. I love that. The Lovers with with soulmates. See, when you think about ascending, the Hangman card is about looking at things from a different perspective, getting some sort of enlightenment. But then with the Lovers too, is learning from past experiences, knowing that you are a mirror of who you attract, who you feel like you deserve. If you feel like you don't deserve, like you're not enough, then you're going to be attracting partners who are going to validate the fact that you are not enough. They're going to make you feel like you're not enough until you stop feeling that way. Because once you change your mindset about yourself, change the way you look at yourself, then that's when you can meet someone who will appreciate you and value you the way you value yourself. So someone has to change the way they view themselves Someone has to see that they have value, that they're worthy of investment. And the best way to do that is to invest in yourself. Okay. What's the camera card? Too many cards want to come out. Sorry about the camera. The Fool. Somebody could be reflecting on how they've been foolish in the past. I don't like that this card's, maybe that's it. That card. Learn from the past. I think somebody's having an understanding about how they let their emotions, their fears, because the moon is about fears, emotions, subconscious. You see how she's emerging from the water. So, but if you look at both, one is in the water and one is coming out of the water. You know, she's stepping onto land. So someone maybe, and she's also changing. You know, she's a mermaid, but she now has legs. So some sort of transformation. Somebody's seeing something has, how much they've changed compared to how they were in the past. You know, they may have been someone who was highly emotional, maybe allowed their fears. We do have insecurities, their fears and insecurities interfere with the relationships, with reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past. And then we have the reflection too. You know, someone's reflecting. The camera card is looking, learn from the past. You know, someone could be seeing how much they've changed over time, how they've changed emotionally, how they've become more grounded. But they could have also seen how much of a fool they've been because they allowed their fears, their ego, to interfere, get in the way of them. You know, it's interesting that Leos get the Strength card, but it's all about taming your fears and your insecurities and stuff. You know, also your anger. You know, your pride. Now, so we have Lovers, Gemini, Pisces with the Hangman, Fools, Aries, and Uranus, Neptune. Why am I saying planets? Because I'm thinking about the signs associated. Pisces is Neptune. Aries is Mars, and Uranus is Aquarius. So I wanted to say Aquarius. And then we have the moon, so which is also Pisces and Cancer. But I say it's Cancer more because Cancer is ruled by the moon, you know. Okay, what? I saw the 10 of Wands. Why this I have to take these cards? They slid out. I have the dates: Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, and 10 of Cups. With date, like some of you're gonna have to get yourself out of hibernation with the Hermit. Like if you resonate with being the person that feels like you're not enough, for some of you're knowing, and you've been going through the changes, making the changes, And you're going to be reaching this point where you feel like, okay, you've done enough time in isolation. Now it's time for you to reemerge. You've done enough introspection, inner reflection, gone through your dark night of the soul. You've realized what your greatest wish is, and that is to have like a loving, fulfilling relationship, marriage, create a family, build a family, be in harmony with somebody. So some of you may be at that point where you're seeing the changes within you, or you're making the changes within you that are necessary in order for you to have a fulfilling relationship, fulfilling partnership. But in order to do that, you have to put yourself out there with date, So some of you may be putting yourself out there, getting back out there. There could be somebody that may be also inviting you out if they were undergoing this transformation themselves too. Or someone that wants to meet someone new, someone that wants the same thing you do. The Hermit is Virgo energy. Some of you may be doing online dating too. I want to say that's like Russian roulette, because the Wheel of Fortune, it doesn't look like the roulette wheel, but it is a wheel nonetheless. So it's making me think about that. Like some of you, it's like, you got to take the risk, you got to take the gamble. But the thing is, it's like you, of course, have to not be in this victim mentality where you feel like you're not good enough. You had to heal from that. You had to transcend that. See your own value. See what you bring to the table. I'm sorry, two people need to bring stuff to the table. And not everybody needs a whole ass table. Sometimes they just need a tray, I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. Maybe two people with trays want that. Maybe they want the table that you put in front of the sofa. Well, the table that you fold and that you can put away. Some people want that. They want that kind of relationship where you can sit in front of the TV with your dinner tray or whatever, and you just they're together. You don't want a whole dining room table, Okay, what is the engagement? Cards. What is engagement? King of Cups. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy, or just someone who's very loving, compassionate, caring. So if you're single, this could be a possible person that you meet, someone who's emotionally available for you. King of Pentacles, someone who's stable, secure, financially abundant, grounded, reliable. Capricorn energy could be, because we have the Devil too. No, I'm not getting anything negative. I mean, the card does look a little bit like a trapped mermaid. I don't know, some of you are going to have like two options. One a water sign and one an earth sign energy that may want you. But the thing is, or it could just be one person who is embodying the qualities that you want in a partner, and regardless if they're kings, it could be a feminine energy, who embodies the pentacle, the king or queen of pentacles. I know it's two masculines. Some of you could be a same-sex connection, right? Since we have two kings here, but it could just be the energy of royalty, I'm going to say, someone who has standing, who's established in some way. Someone who's mastered their emotions, but also has mastered their finances. But The thing is, if this happens to you, where you meet the person that embodies both qualities, or meet two people who embody these two qualities, I don't know, I'm getting like the not enough again, because like, don't let your fear stop you, you know? Because if you do meet somebody and you feel like, wow, they're amazing, they're like well established or whatever, then you may start to think, oh my God, am I good enough for them? Don't doubt that. Because if you think about it, and if these are two healthy adult people, regardless if it says kings, it could be adult feminine or adult masculine. If they are wanting you, it's because they see your value. The thing is, if you don't see your value, you of course are gonna fuck that over. So don't self-sabotage something. This is what could possibly happen if you allow your insecurities to block you. Because you can have an opportunity to be in a loving and stable relationship, but the thing is, you have to remember that you deserve it, that you're worthy of that, that you're worthy of being in that type of connection. Okay, what else? All right, the chaser. I want to know who the hell this chaser is. So we got earth sign and water sign energy here. So what is the chaser? The stars, Aquarius energy. Chaser. What came to my mind is, don't let your fears chase away your wish, your dream come true. Whatever it is that you desire, don't let your fears cause you to chase away something that's good for you, that's meant for you. Temperance, the star and temperance, we got Sagittarius and Aquarius energy here. You have to understand where your fears are coming from, because once you do, this is what's going to allow you to do the necessary healing. I don't know, some of you felt like you could have been dealing with somebody who's either a Sagittarius or an Aquarius who may have made you feel this way. Someone who you always chase after. When I looked at the bottom of the deck, I see the Queen of Wands. And you know what came to my mind is like, these people could be the ones chasing you. Two. Because if you start to value yourself, with this Queen of Wands energy, you're going to be exuding a lot of positive energy that's going to be attractive, more magnetic. It's going to attract people towards you. You may end up having people chasing you. Hopefully it's not the other way around where you're chasing them. If I'm going to say this is outside of the box too, for some of you, you need to, instead of chasing people, you need to start chasing healing, chasing balance, moderation, making the necessary changes, pouring your energy towards whatever it is that you wish for yourself. Instead of chasing people, put that energy towards whatever it is that you desire. But it could also be putting that energy towards healing. When you start to redirect your energy away from certain things that have made you feel like you weren't enough, and you put it towards the things that you care about, that is also going to be something that benefits you when it comes to the way you see yourself. because sometimes it's hard for people to see themselves for who they are unless they could see something that is outside of them, you know, like if they could achieve some sort of success or recognition. Okay, was not enough. Two of Wands. It's like you got to make a decision. Are you going to stay stuck and tied up in your fears? Continue to lack confidence? Self-sabotage? Or are you going to choose a different path? Take a different road? Try something different? For some of you, it's like you could be at that crossroads and you don't know what's on the other side. With the High Priestess coming out with the Two of Wands, you don't know what's on the other side. But the thing is, the only thing you need to know is who you are. You need to be able to trust who you are. Trust your intuition, trust yourself, trust that whatever path you take, it's going to be the right one for you. Some of you may not even know how to start the healing process, you know? And some of you, it may be something that you need to do with a therapist, or it could be something that you do by going hermit. Where's the hermit card? Sometimes you need to spend time with yourself, by yourself, to reconnect to yourself, because there could be some sort of disconnection. You know, you could be disconnected from yourself and you need to reconnect to yourself. You have to reconnect to whatever it is. I just turned it over because it was face down. You need to reconnect to whatever it is that you envision for yourself. But it has to be with yourself, not with how you envision yourself in a relationship. It's what kind of life do you want to create for yourself? What do you want to build for yourself? How do you want to see yourself? Because you have the Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is about sadness, disappointment, depression, grief, loss. But it's the past. And it's like moving on from the past, coming to terms with the past, being at peace with the past, moving away from the past, and focusing on what it is you want for yourself, what abundance you want for yourself, what do you want to grow. What seeds do you want to plant for yourself? Because here is a lot of blue, which is sad, depression. But then here you see there's more colors, like there's more life. And then at the bottom of the deck was Ascending with Six of Wands. Ascending with the Roses deck. So it's like once you are able to overcome whatever issues you're having with your self-esteem, issues with security and stuff, that's what's going to allow you to see success. But then this ascension is going to prepare you for whatever it is that's meant for you. You know, prepare you for meeting someone new, preparing you to meet someone who could be your soulmate, the person that you can have romantic dinner dates, someone that you can create memories with, someone who you won't have to chase for them to validate you. It's someone who's always going to be there for you, someone who's going to support you and always remind you that you are a person of value, that you are worthy of love and respect and commitment, marriage, you know, if that's what you want. And you know what, this is so cheesy, but I feel like for some of you, like if you have issues with your self-esteem, some of you could even meet a partner when once you do your healing, you've overcome that issue. You could end up meeting the person that you could chase your dreams together with. Like you could chase whatever, like whatever alignment you want for your future, whatever you both want in a future, you're both going to be chasing that together. This is after everything I just said. You're going to be chasing your dreams. You're going to be transforming yourselves, transforming your lives. I think it's pretty cool. With the Six of Wands. Look at that. Oh, wow, I like this. Got the Ace of Cups here. Right? So that's a new beginning in love. But this is also the cup of self-love. And then you got the Six of Wands, which is about success, victory, overcoming obstacles and challenges. Knight of Pentacles, knowing your worth, being independent, being comfortable with being independent, seeing your worth, knowing that you are worthy, not settling. And then look at the Hierophant, which is like commitment. So some of you need to like commit to yourself first before you can actually commit to anybody else. And it's like once you start to commit to your betterment, to you improving your self-esteem, healing any wounds that may have come from childhood or from past relationships, once you commit to that, this is what's going to allow you to have this soulmate connection where there's marriage, there's romance, there's memories and building a life together, chasing your dreams together, doing different things together. So I hope that reading was resonate with anyone who watches the replay or right now. What time is it? Okay. Oh, you know why I feel so weird? Because I don't have music on. Oh, I feel so weird without music. I just feel like, ugh, right now. I feel yucky. And I wonder if they turned the AC off. Okay. Let me see. Why is everybody so quiet? Sometimes I think about going back to doing pre-filmed readings. Yeah, I think about doing that. But they don't get that many views. That's the thing. I mean, sometimes I think about doing that, but it takes up too much space on my memory. That's why I started to do live stream readings instead, because I didn't have to worry about taking up memory on my phone. Because I have 1,001 pictures and 500 videos on my phone. I don't have room for anything else. And they say to use the cloud. And I'm like, I don't know if I trust that. I don't know if I trust the cloud. People have to maintain the cloud, So how do I know they're not seeing my stuff and saving it for themselves? I don't know. I think about that stuff. Who's to say they're not like already have access to my stuff because of my phone? But you don't know. Okay, I'll put these cards back. I just got this Lenormand deck yesterday. It's from Maruk X. And she added extra cards to it. The Lenormand deck usually has 36 cards, but she added, let me see, like 8 more cards. Let me see. I saw 45. I saw 45. 9 more cards. That's pretty cool. I like how she added the Lilith card in this deck. I wonder what people think about Lilith. Apparently, she's the first wife of Adam, but she didn't want to listen. She didn't want to be his bitch. So the Lilith card is here with this Lenormand deck. So Maruk X, she added more cards to the Lenormand deck. And Lilith is sensual, powerful female, sexual, wild, untamed, passion, independence, and mystery. And it's interesting that the astrology that's assigned to Lilith is Scorpio. And it says timing November, winter, and the planet Lilith. So, like, has anybody ever did a chart to see or use the calculator to see where their Lilith sign is? Because that's interesting. I don't want to be giving too much information away about my chart because then you have an idea about me. Because when you do a birth chart and you see all your placements, some of the stuff will resonate with you. And also some of the stuff will be like, damn, no wonder I'm like that. Like, at least that's how it was for me. Because I was like, I always wondered why I was so sensitive and emotional as a little girl. I would always cry, cry, cry. My brother would call me a crybaby. And I never knew why I would be so sensitive. But then when I did my birth chart, I was like, no wonder. I have so many fucking water placements. 5 water placements. 4 Scorpio and my Cancer rising. That's crazy. You know? Like, so I was like, no wonder I'm so damn sensitive. I always thought there was something wrong with me. But then when you get older and you start to realize that there are people who are apathetic, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. You know, if you think about balance and stuff, like I kind of make up for, or very sensitive people make up for the people who don't give a fuck, you know, who don't give a shit about other people. It's like, that's how God created balance, I guess. Let me ask. I gotta ask somebody something. All right. Now, hi, Phil. How are you? Better late than never. That's what my Russian teacher used to say when I would come to school late. Better late than never. I hope you had a good day. Right now, you're 6 hours ahead of me. So it's midnight. It's midnight right now for you. I hope you had a good day. It's so quiet here. I think it's quiet because I have the 20-minute for this. Is it 10 minutes or 20 minutes that I put? What is it? Subscriber? Yeah, I put 10 minutes. I put that on because, oh, that's good to hear. How is the weather where you are? Because today it was in the 90s here in New York. And when I went to the UK, It was when I went to England, actually. It's horrible. Horrible because it's hot? Or is it horrible because it's cloudy? Because I heard it's really cloudy in the UK. But when I went during my birthday. That's in November. So, oh, um, all right, let me message this. Yeah, so when I went, there were nice days, and then they were like, but the weather's similar to New York. Oh, it's rain. Yes, I heard that it rains a lot. And the time I was there, it rained a couple of days. I was there for like 5 days, but it rained a couple of days. Yeah. I'm thinking back because when I went to London, it was in 2023. That was the first time I ever saw a crow. And I can't remember ever seeing a crow in the past, but then just um I don't recall ever seeing a crow in the past, but that day I went to the park. It was near by Parliament. I think around Parliament, St. James. No, is it St. James Park or something? I forgot the name of the park. And or was that the park near Buckingham Palace? There's a park near Parliament, I think, by where Big Ben is, or the tower, the clock tower is. I forgot what it's called. I'm like, my mind is like, a crow was it just came out of nowhere, and I started to follow it, and I was like, damn, they're big. I didn't realize how big they were, but that was like the first time, and I started to follow it, and to me, it felt like it was leading me somewhere because it took me. I'm gonna say it's taking me. It didn't take me anywhere. I was just following it. It took me to where the trees were, like you could see the water. I don't know if that was the river Thames. I don't remember. It could have been the river. It was a while ago. And then you see the water and the trees, and it's fall. And the leaves were so huge, and like it was beautiful. And then you see the light shining through, and it was just so beautiful. I had to take a picture of that. And then when I went to Buckingham Palace, I didn't go in it. I was outside. And then there was a park near there. I think that was St. James Park. I don't remember. And I saw another crow. I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing crows. And then ever since then, I've been seeing crows. There are crows by where I live. I never noticed them before, but I see them. Sometimes I see them when I'm walking to work. And I hear them a lot. And like they just take me back. And, crows have like that spiritual connotation. People have like this negative thing about crows and stuff, but crows are messengers, and they're so intelligent. Like I think for me, they're like a good omen. Hi Vaishnavi. I'm sorry, I keep talking about the crows, but I don't know. I thought that was so cool. That was like one of the, like, what they call it, core memories. That was like a core memory I created. Mind you, like all the times that I've traveled, I've been by myself, So that's why those little things, they matter to me. And it's funny, the day that my brother died, I was sleeping. And then I hear a crow, like heard a crow, and I was like, wait a minute. Something told me to check my phone, and then I saw the message, and my mother called me, but my ringer was off. Something was off. And anyway, but it was like the crow. Hearing the crow is what woke me up and then told me to check my phone, And then that's when I saw the news. But sometimes I do think that they do bring messages to us if you pay attention. There's the significance. I think everything has a meaning if you think about it. Even us, we all have a meaning. I'm sorry, I'm getting like all philosophical and stuff. I'm getting all philosophical. I'm doing good. I hope you are too. But let's see. But the energy's dying down, and I've been on for over almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna be ending this live stream, ending this reading. I thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you for your likes, for even engaging with me, and possibly subscribing. My work schedule has changed, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to go on live tomorrow. I don't know if I will, but I'll see if I can. But I have an appointment in the morning. So hopefully I'll see you soon. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I possibly may see you during the weekend, because if I'm able to go out, then I could do a reading when I'm outside. So I really appreciate you all. Hope you have a wonderful evening or day ahead. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care, everyone. Bye.